Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. So I'm a little bit late. I was getting a little bit of technical problems, but I am starting. And I've got a really great tea for you guys tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this water right now. This one is a. It was a bit. It started off as a bit of an experiment, and it turned out really well. Well, well to my standards. Unfortunately, not to many others. Hey Ma, welcome. Tonight I have a special blend that I created myself, and I've kind of got hooked on it. So I wanted to talk about it tonight. I'm going to present to you guys my own personal favorite, Mike's Liquid Kick in the Face. Now, this is a tea that has earned its name because it has hey Snail, welcome. It has a few really strong ingredients, and hey Teresa, welcome. So this is gonna be very interesting. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out just a little bit. I have to admit I did cheat a little. I have had a couple of cups of these before, but I figure it's worth mentioning. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up now. Whew. Okay, this it's a very strong blend. Um, it's it's got a few ingredients in here that makes it a little strong. So first and foremost, it's got Lapsang Sao Chong in it. And you guys know I've talked about Lapsang Sao Chong a lot. It's one of my favorite teas. It's a very strong blend. Um, it's very savory, very smoky. It comes from the Fujian uh, area of China, and they used to transport it in a smokehouse. So it would absorb a lot of the smoke flavoring. So we would get like we would get they would transport it and keep it nice and smoky, and it tastes like a barbecue. Well, that being said, it's a very rare thing when people add it to a blend because it's so strong on its own. It tends to take over wherever you put it. But it did meet its match when I mixed it with what was it, chili lime green tea. Now this is a green tea blend that's got chili pepper, lemongrass, apple pieces, coconut, orange, key lime pie flavoring, safflower, and natural coconut flavor. So this one on its own, it has quite a kick. It's super spicy. It's very it'll clear your sinuses for sure. Well, no, this one. Well, it does have a barbecue flavor, but it's not traditional barbecue. It's that fire pit kind of taste to it. But I'll get to that in a moment. So those two ingredients being said, I also added a kick of ginger on here to make it even spicier. I haven't had that version yet, but we're gonna see now how it comes out. So we'll go ahead and pour a little bit of this out. I forgot my spoon, but that's okay. Yeah, it can go. I like it nice and strong. Now, this tea has saved me from a lot of mornings where I was completely dead to the world and I needed something to wake me up fast. This did it. The last cup that I had, it literally blew my ears out. Like the last swallow, I went, and there was a warm patch on both sides of my ears, and it popped, and I was hearing clearer. I never knew that that was a reality outside of cartoons, but apparently it is. And I just realized I left my timer, so I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way and go by the clock. So, whew, I'm doing something a little bit irregular. I mean, since this is an irregular tea, it's also an irregular brewing method. So, as I mentioned before, this is green tea, which you normally steep at about 180 degrees for about 3 minutes. Meanwhile, lapsang is a black tea, which you can do about 212 degrees for 5 minutes. So you have two polar opposites, and it's usually really hard to figure out the best way to steep this. Well, being that these are two really strong flavors, I'm going to steep it like a black tea. This usually goes against my better judgment, but I have done this before at work, and it worked like a charm. So let's see if it works here today. I'm going to go ahead and pour this water out and start the steeping process. Ooh, that is nice and steamy. Now, I am prepared. I know exactly what kind of burn I get at work. So, I am prepared to sweat tonight. It's got a kick. Like, most people don't realize it. They smell it from like far away, and they're like, "What is that? It smells kind of good." When I tell them what's in it, they change their mind about being brave. Because I mean, normally when you smell it, you smell like the spices with the lemon and the yeah, it does kind of smell like curry. It's got that really strong spice, and that's what people think it is. But when I tell them it's a tea, and they're like, "Okay, that's that's a bit much." So yeah, that's that. I mean, to each their own. This is what I prefer, and I did have a person try it at work today. She absolutely loved it. So like, I gave her the warning, but it went well. And we can't put potatoes and chicken in it because technically you can, but I don't think I'll be doing that tonight. Mainly because I don't have any potatoes or chicken. But maybe next time. We'll see. We'll have like a chicken tea. Whew. So I'm getting, wow, this stuff is super strong already. I'm steeping it without the, I forgot to show you guys what it looked like. That's all right. So right now I'm smelling it, and it's like super duper strong. Already I'm getting like a full face of the pepper. You've got the pepper, you've got the lime, and you've got the smokiness. How does it make me feel again? Like, it makes me feel awake. Like, I call it liquid kick in the face because that's exactly what it does. You drink it and it hits you right there. It's like, ah! Wow. But I thoroughly enjoy it. It's woken me up quite a bit, and it's hard to describe until I actually do it. Mainly because it's got like a few aspects to the flavor, but I'll talk about that more once we get into it more. Oh, absolutely, it does. Like it just. It goes right through you. Already, look at that. My sinuses are already draining, and I haven't even drank any yet. Because all the spices and all of the, oh yeah, absolutely. I gave it to a coworker, just the lime chili green. I gave it to a coworker who had a sore throat and just a bit of like he felt like he was coming down with something. So it's like I got the perfect thing for you. I was like, how's your spice tolerance? He said, it's pretty decent. I'm like, okay. I gave him some of the chili lime green, chili lime green, what is it? Yeah, chili lime green coconut, whatever, tea. And after one cup, he was like, Mike, this stuff is amazing. It kicked my cold like that. And you know, I mean, like he felt the difference right away. Having that strong, ooh, it's going right into my eye now too. Ooh. Having that strong flavor gives it a good. It gives it a good impact on your body. Having, you know, like tea generally has a lot of good health benefits. You know, it helps you with your immunity. It helps you digest. It helps you. It boosts your metabolism. You know, stuff like that. Like it normally does that stuff on its own, but when you add the citrus to it, when you add fruits, when you add like the coconut and the orange, it hits you. So that being said, like it became a bit of a remedy. Oh, it looks like my time is up. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out. Woo, it's hot, hot, hot. Wow. I'm going to show you guys in a minute what it looks like. Alejandra, welcome. Woo! I burned my fingers a little bit. That thing is hot. It's better. It absolutely is better than Vicks. Like whenever this is a fairly new blend for Adagio. But in this case, like I whenever I've had a sore throat or any sinus issues, it drained me, like right off the bat. Didn't take much time at all. And this is what I'm really looking forward to now. So I want to show you guys real quick. I know I didn't show you guys what it originally looked like, but take a look. You guys know, whenever I use the tea, look at how much it's grown. Look at that. It takes up basically the entire the infuser. That thing is huge. Everything like really blew up, and you know that's the sign of a good tea, where it releases all of that flavor. So I can really appreciate that kind of impact that it's about to have on my tongue. Which, yeah, I'm really excited to try this for you guys. I mean, I've already had it before, like I mentioned, but like even with the teapot closed, I'm tasting it already. It's that strong. So I'm going to go ahead and pour some out. Let me see. I hope you guys can see the color. It's usually a bit farther off, but there we go. So right off the bat, it looks very, like it's got a good mix of the green and the brown. Almost looks red. Oof. Ah. My tea. Oh, actually, it's not that big of a mess. I thought it made a bigger mess. But anyway. Whew. Right off the bat, you get the pepper and the smoke. Like, that's already kicking me in the face. I haven't even put my lips to this yet, and already I'm tasting it like a little bit of a sting on my tongue. It's mostly the smoke right now. I can, like, when I breathe it in, I'm getting a lot of the smoky flavor. I'm not getting so much of the spice, but that's gonna hit. It usually takes a bit to affect me, but like right away, once you'll probably see the reaction. So here we go, down the hatch. Ooh. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. Whew. It went right to the back of my throat, and like the end of it, Herman, welcome. The end of it, like it's the effect is like that. Like literally, there's no wait time. The smokiness hits you in the nose, but the heat and the spice go right to the tongue. Mmm. Ooh, that has got a kick. Oh. And I love it because like as you smell the smoke from the tea, you get a nice dose of the hello yourself. You get this nice dose of citrus along with it, and it's a very unassuming scent. Like you smell a lot of the smoke, um, but it deceives you because you don't get a whole lot of the pepper. You don't get a whole lot of the spice that is hidden by the smoke. But you get like basically you get a lot of the smoke and the you get a lot of the smoke and like the citrus, like the lime. Um, but when you drink it, that's when the pepper hits. Like I was smelling the pepper before because I knew what to look for. Um, but to me, it's kind of like now that it's been sitting for a bit, it becomes unassuming, and I guess the flavor kind of like sinks to the bottom slowly. Maybe I don't know, but when you drink it, you get this, I guess, like a stripe of heat from the tip of your tongue all the way to the back of your throat, and it's got a kick. And it's accompanied pretty well by that lime. The not just the lime, but the apple too. Like you get like a kind of spicy juiciness, that kind of a quality that goes along with it, and it's really very interesting because it's like I get the picture of kind of like a luau, where you get the smoke from the fire, usually where they have either bonfires or when they're roasting, when they're getting ready to roast a pig, and then you have like you have the scents coming in. Um, ooh, it's it's warm right here. Like, oh my god, that's warm. This is the kind of tea that you'll want to drink for winter. Woo! Oh man, this is good. Do I know what kind of apple? I guess red apple. I mean, traditionally you can use any apple. Uh, it doesn't really say what kind though. Maybe if I look it up because I know that they do sell the apple as its own edition. So let me see, apple pieces. Ooh. No, it doesn't say. Maybe apple. No, it just says apple blends. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm assuming they use red apples because that's what's traditional, and that's what's used in a lot of um, cooking rather than like just snacking. Plus, all the pictures that they use is red apple. So, I'm assuming that that's what it is. I can't be 100%. I can look into it if you're really that interested, but I don't think that that's something that's really that's like a burning question. But I'll still ask. Should it come to mind? Oh yes. Oh man, that is good. That is it's very like it's right now I feel like there's an actual burn right around here on the back of my throat. And it's gonna affect me at some point where it's gonna start making me sweat. I only had about maybe 3 or 4 sips, but this is like super good. Oh yeah, absolutely, Ma. That's why I recommended that you get the hot tea because the hot tea is is what'll clear you up. This thing is whew. The effects depending on the bug. My friend that tried it, he was fine. He had no complaints after, but he was on the very tip of coming down with something. So he pretty much nipped it in the bud. This I would recommend for any congestion problems. Um, and if you need to wake up and something is Kaylin, welcome. If you need to wake up and caffeine isn't doing it for you, this will do it. Um, like the first time I tried it, I was like, I need something. I literally said, I need something to kick me in the face. And I had some lapsang for a while. I was sitting there. Usually, I use that to kind of get me up and going. But I was like, I could use an extra kick. So I had the lime green, the chili green lime. I can never get the taste. The taste. I can never get the name of the blend right. What is it? Chili lime green. Okay, I got the chili lime green, and I mixed some of it in, and whoo, I did not regret it. It kept like literally it kept me up the rest of the day. I was up and around and alert. I wasn't jittery. I wasn't like it wasn't anything too um like I wasn't running up and down the halls or anything. But it got me through the rest of the day, no problem. And I only had the one cup, which is a little strange for me because I usually have like about 2 maybe 3 cups a day. This is this was my one stop shop. Like I have never had to get a second cup of tea after drinking one of these. Um, and I want see that's something that I wanted to do online. Like you can blend the stuff together, but currently, chili lime green is not a blendable option on this, so I had to go to the store to make it. And I had the store manager Lance. Um, he was he looked at me. He was like, "You are suicidal." That's basically his because he says that it never occurred to him to put the two together. He likes both flavors, but he was like, "Yeah, I don't think that I didn't think that anything like that you'd be able to pull off." This does it. It pulls off very well, and with the extra ginger in it, um, that gives me even more of a kick than I anticipated. Like I like ginger, I love the way it tastes in tea, but when you add the pepper and you add the chili, I mean it's got chili and red peppercorn in it. I believe it has red peppercorn, or is that just the chili flakes? You know what? Let me see. It does not have red peppercorn. Next time, haha, I'll add some ginger and red peppercorn, and we'll get that going. Woo! Oh man, this stuff is like wow. Okay, so there is a little bit of the um sorry, it's like right now the back of my throat is slightly on fire. It's wow. Okay, so they did talk a little bit about the chili lime green, and I'm going to read what it says on the site, and I found it a little bit interesting. It says the ritual uses of genus Capsium. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming that's the. Ooh, I swear all of this is burning right now. Genus Capsium. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming that's the red pepper. But it says range from the innocent to the murderous. But the fiery pods are always powerful. In astrology, Capsium falls under the dominion of Mars, the ancient god of war. So that should be some indication of respect. Fuentes y Guzman wrote in 1690 that those who frequently eat the red pepper were protected against poison, while Incas associated chilies with the lightning bolt, and that we can easily understand. So they are, I guess, Capsium, genus Capsium is the red pepper, and that is no joke. Like that has a nice kick. I have had red peppers before, like straight up. In fact, that always reminds me in college during the winters, they used to grow red peppers so that if you were walking to class, you can just pop one and eat it while you walk, or you can pop two of them, put them in your shoes to keep your feet warm. That's like an old school granny recipe, but well, I mean, I know that the eating part worked. I never tried the putting in my shoe thing, but I assume people do it for a reason. So if it works, good for them. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's like I said, that first sip, it just pow right to the back of my throat. But after a few sips, you kind of get used to the spice. Um, my throat is still warm right here. It's practically on fire. Um, but I'm used to it, you know? Like I generally have a pretty good tolerance when it comes to spice. But this is, I'd have to say it's one of the spiciest teas I have ever had. Um, I mean, you guys have seen me with the Dai by Chai series. Those were really good. I did the what was it the White Fire Chai that was done by Kaylee, who works at the Naperville branch of Adagio. I sampled that for you guys a year or two ago, and that was super duper spicy as well. This is right up there. Ooh, I'm gonna get a little hot up my there. Hot up there. Oh my god. Ooh. Oh man, but this is like it's the kind of tea that you want to drink fast and make sure it stays hot. I don't like drinking it cold, although I have. It retains the flavor, but me being the spiceaholic that I am, I want it to burn. You know, I want it to um, maintain that warmth throughout. The it still tastes really good. I would not. That's just me. I would not recommend it iced, um, because then it becomes a little bit lackluster. But while it was room temperature, it was still really good. And I can't wait to bring this to work on Monday because ooh, ooh, oh, that just the sides of my tongue now are starting to get affected. There's like a little pinpoint of a flame that hit the side, and it's like it's burning so good. I know I'm a bit of a masochist for this, but like I can't help it. This stuff is it's. Ooh. I'm sweating a little bit. But I really enjoy it. I'm gonna have to like open up the window or something. Whew, whoa! I almost tripped over the over the coffee table. Oh, okay. Open sesame. I need I need a bit of a breeze or something. Cause this ain't no good, man. I'm gonna be melting in this chair. And I'm gonna leave a Michael stain somewhere, and yeah, that sounds really awful when you put it that way. Wow. I did not mean mean that. Oh, ooh, excuse me. Ooh. Oh my God, it's clearing me up, yo. Ooh. I'm gonna need another one. Oh. This has the potential to be like a test of wills, depending on how people's response to spices are. I have a pretty high tolerance, I'd say, but this is like a stain on the way for sure. Like, I get the feeling that after this stream is done, I'm gonna have to take a cold shower. Cause like this, it's very peppery, but the pepper is I know that your throat is scratchy. This will help you. Like this will knock some of that out. Ooh, but this is like, okay. Like I find it so fulfilling as kind of like a personal challenge because um, the way that I am when I eat, Brienne, welcome. The way that I am when I eat, I like to have some good flavor. Hey, I'm glad you made it. This is one of the teas that I think that you'd really enjoy. It's my liquid kick in the face. I think I told you about it before. And as you can see, it's like clearing me out. Like all my sinus issues, they're being solved from the inside out. Like I swear. Whew. This is right now. This is itching. Like I feel this itching, and there's a redness, warmth feeling on the sides of my head. Oh yeah, absolutely. You got here just in time to see me sweat. That's basically where you tuned in. Whew. But it's like I really can't get over the how good the smokiness is over all the spice. Like all this time, I've been talking about the spice and how it stings, how it burns, but the smokiness adds another dimension to it. Like I don't want to ignore that completely because that's playing a very key part into it, you know? Because what's fire without smoke, you know? It goes hand in hand. And when I designed the tea, it was basically oh, excuse me. It was basically on the fly. Like, I was just looking for something to wake me up. I didn't I didn't imagine that ooh, excuse me, that it would go this well together until you start thinking about it, you know? This isn't working out. Oh, I got the hiccups. Okay. Is it done? I think it's done. Okay. Ooh, now everything's like draining. Oh my god. I love this stuff. But like the fire and the smoke just go so well together, hand in hand, that I mean it's a very wholesome flavor. Very bold. Very savory. This I'm gonna answer I'm gonna answer your question right now, Teresa. What would I make with this? Steak. This is a tea that deserves steak. I get the hiccups a lot because I'm talking, breathing in, breathing out, and drinking at the same time, and it wreaks havoc sometimes. It doesn't always happen, but I'm getting very like the flavors are they're very bold, you know? Like traditionally this would go with a very savory meal, something that matches its bold taste. So I would go full force, you know. Even I would if you're a spice addict, I would say you can have this together with like a very hot burrito, or what's in the tea? Oh, I'm glad you asked. There's a new tea blend, well, newish tea blend on Adagio called chili. No, what was it? Lime green. No, yeah, I have to scroll up. Oh, chili lime green. So it's got green tea, chili pepper, lemongrass, apple pieces, coconut, orange, key lime pie flavor, safflower, and natural coconut flavor. But on top of that, I added Lapsang Souchong, which is one of the smokiest teas out there. So it's a very, very aggressive flavored tea. And you know, this is something that I am thoroughly enjoying it, despite the coughing, despite the trouble I'm having breathing, and despite the eventual tears that start to come up. It's gonna make me ugly cry if I were to drink this straight up. But you know, that's what I prefer. I would definitely have like a spicy Asian dish to go with it. Like Sneha mentioned before, curry. Um, Indian food would go really well with this. When you get that really strong, hot, spicy. What is it? Turmeric is part of it. Turmeric is not super duper spicy per se, but it's got like that kick. Chinese food dishes, they have this one dish called dry. What was it? Dry chicken, dry red pepper chicken or something like that, and it tastes just like this. Like it's kick in the face hot. Mm. And I would definitely pair it with that because it's gonna send you home crying. Woo! Just made it. Oh my god. So this is giving me like the boost that I needed. I don't know. Look at that. You can see I'm like still sweating. The window's open, but I'm still sweating. I'm still draining. If you have like a cold, this will nip it. Whew. All of this, my entire face. I don't know. Can you guys tell if like my face is red? I wasn't paying attention, but I think I feel like that warmth coming to my face, and I feel like slightly redder, if that makes sense. All of this, all of this is hot. It's kind of like it's semi on fire right now. And the only reason why it's not fully on fire is because I keep stopping to talk to you guys. I am flushed. Of course, I'm pouring out more because doggone it, I love it. Like it's a test of will, you know. I really appreciate doing that kind of thing. Um, because you know, I mean, it's something that I just thoroughly enjoy spice. And you know, I prefer it brewed as a black tea because that's hotter water. It's longer steep, so it pulls out more of the flavor, and you really don't get much of the green tea flavor in here to begin with. It's overshadowed immensely by the spices and the smoke and the citrus. Like you can't tell that there's any green tea in there. So if you do happen one day I do plan to make this available online. The minute I see um, that chili lime green is available as a mixable flavor, I am making this stuff. Do I think this flavor would pair well with seafood? I would, depending on the fish. I think a good salmon fillet or a good ooh, like a red snapper, something that's got true fish flavor to it, would benefit well with this because the spiciness would take away from the fishy salty flavor. I personally, I mean, I'm not a big fish fan. I like seafood, but I'm more of the shrimp, crab, lobster type. The fish, it depends on how it's made, but I do appreciate different kinds of seafoods. This will pair well. Um, I would stick the note in as saying it also depends on the sides. Um, if you want a contrasting flavor, I would go with seafood and white rice. That way, you'll taste more of the tea that basically blends with soft the soft flavors of plain white rice. But then you add the fish to it, and it should complement pretty well. I would not go much lighter than that because then you won't taste your food. You would need some strong tasting dishes to go along with it. Um, I wouldn't even I wouldn't even pair this with any dessert, just because you're gonna have a huge contrast between like this and say vanilla cake. You know, it's not gonna go well. Um, the, woo, excuse me. Bodily functions. This stuff is like, this stuff is incredible. I am really truly loving it. I feel like I'm breathing fire right now. Whenever I like breathe out, it it's like it's hard to describe because there's like this effervescence where you have that moment of heat, and at the very tail end it cools off. So it's kind of like a refreshing. Maybe I could put some mint in here. Now I'm getting some ideas. But that's something for another day. I would probably just pepper a little mint in there. Peppermint. I don't know. I mean, the peppermint might be one step too far. It really doesn't need it. But if I were to put it in there, that cooling effect will definitely be an interesting addition to the flavor profile. Right now, and this is the part that I was kind of sort of dreading. The more it sits, the flavor tends to sink into the bottom. So earlier in the stream, I mentioned that the last sip I took literally blew out my eardrums. Like I was hearing clearer. And that I'm starting to taste now. Now that it's been sitting in the pot for about half an hour, about 40 minutes. And it's gone from sitting in the pot to in my cup. And the last sip that I took, it was spice squared, kinda. It's not just burning the back of my throat. Now it's off to the sides of my tongue as well, and the tip. So the rest of this is going to be a bit of a roller coaster ride, because now all of that stuff is sinking further down, and it's draining me. You could tell. I should have been more prepared and gotten some Kleenex or something, because this has got a kick. Hey, Sophia, welcome. I'm surprised it took you so long. Oof. What do you mean you finally found me? I told you where I was. Oof. My God, this stuff is like, it's kicking my behind. I love it. I mean, it's a very rare thing where a tea is, oh, I'm sorry to hear. I hope you're feeling better. Ooh. I'm sorry, like, everything is, everything is starting to come down at once. It's starting to kick my butt a little. But, like now the spice is starting to multiply in the end. And, well, tonight we're drinking my own personal blend that I've designed out of pure desire to be woken up. I call tonight's blend Mike's Liquid Kick in the Face. Patent pending. This stuff has got lapsang souchong with green tea, chili pepper, lemongrass, apple pieces, coconut, orange, key lime pie flavor, safflower, and coconut flavor. Ooh. And this stuff is like, it's super spicy. Yeah, I was absolutely nuts when I came up with this, and I freely admit it. But it's like I had a mad scientist moment at work. That's exactly like when I first heard the blend itself. I was like, I want to try that, and now that I have, no regrets. Like this was just like, whew. And it's still draining me. Like it's clearing me up. Whew. And the spices have now sunk into the bottom. So that's what I'm drinking right now. I'm drinking pure pepper. I'm gonna need baby wipes for sure. But I'll tell you one thing. I am not gonna have any problems breathing the rest of the night. Like, this stuff clears you out. And I should mention, it is caffeinated. So one of the perks is you're gonna be energized because of the caffeine, but then you're gonna be you got that extra boost from the spice. And this is like for days where caffeine's just not cutting it. This will make you alert. If you don't wake up after this, you're dead. That's end of that. Like, ain't nothing gonna get you up. Like, I want to take this and see if we can wake up some coma patients at the hospital. Like, I would not be surprised. But this stuff is, ooh, I would wake up in the morning for something like this. Oh my God. I'm sweating here. If I put a eucalyptus candle close, yeah. Like my mom my mom already said, like, this ain't got nothing on Vicks. But you burn that stuff and you add that to the smoky, fiery flavor of this tea. You're gonna get a perk, you know? And I'm sitting here, I am sweating. Oh my God, I'm sweating. But this is like the best kind of reaction I was hoping for. Because once winter comes, this is gonna be my go-to tea. Whew. Right now, I'm getting like this. Right now, my entire mouth is literally, I don't want to say literally on fire, but literally has the sensation of the fire. Because it's burning and it's smoking at the same time. And it's just like I feel like there's a campfire in there. A full-fledged meal. Oh, excuse me. Because when you got like the lemongrass, the fruits, all of that feels like it's cooking. Woo. I'm telling you, man, this is no joke. This is like, normally I only drink only 1 cup at a time. I'm doing 2 cups tonight. And this has no mercy. This has no mercy. Like, I'm slightly suffering in the best kind of way. Yeah, I should have gotten some tissue or something, because yeah, this is, I'm gonna have to like get some tissue, because this is not it's not a good look. Whew, I was not expected to drain like this. All right, there we go. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Oh. How did I turn you on to David's Teas? I did not turn you on to David's Teas. David's Teas, I would never, like, that would never be my first choice. Ooh. Oh. I have reviewed David's Teas before. Well, I mean, I might have done it just because it's an easy location to get to, but I wouldn't call it my first choice. Oh, the magic potion. Yes. Okay. That's the exception. That is a really good tea. In general, though, like they put a lot of additives in it. Um, it's not exactly the healthiest tea that you can get. Um, my first choice is always going to be Adagio. That's the place that I had started my tea addiction with. Um, but it's like very that's also not just my place of addiction, but it's also been the place of my education. Um, you snort lines of sugar. Well, then, yeah, that would explain it. I mean, I'm not going to say that David's is nasty because it does. I will I will admit it tastes good, but it's not exactly the healthiest choice. You know, um, it's very like you can it's good, but you can taste the additives in it, and that's why I don't prefer it. I always prefer the more organic, the more natural. Sylvia, welcome. Like the more natural flavors. So that's why it's not my first choice. But they are national. They are easy to get to. Um, okay, absolutely. Well, what I'll do, I'll talk to you a little bit about the kinds of flavors you'd prefer, and then we'll go from there. Because I mean, like I can list about 100 teas, and not know what it is exactly that you're looking for. I mean, yeah, they're decent, but Adagio is a much better option. Absolutely. I assume, yeah, I assume that you're part of the community. Otherwise, you wouldn't have found me. Um, but yeah, I'm always posting. Well, I don't think that that's very good for your nose, snorting lines of sugar. But I will say that explains a lot. Mm. Oof. Okay. You drink blueberry coffee, so you're pretty sure it's completely artificial. Yeah. I mean, depending on who you get it from, but they don't normally use real blueberry, real blueberries in coffee, but they do use real blueberries in tea. So I will recommend that it is the healthier choice than that coffee. Walmart, okay, yeah, then definitely that's that's not healthy at all. Oh man. Okay, so I think I have about maybe 2 or 3 sips left. So I'm gonna go with announcements. I don't really have anything going on right now. Um, it's starting to storm out there. Let's see. Announcements. We're coming to the end. Well, we've already come to the end of summer, so I would love to have a fall crawl. You know, I in the history I've not had um, a huge response to the tea crawls. I want to try it in October. Maybe if you guys are interested, we'll do it in costume around Halloween time. I don't know. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. We could do a tea crawl, go from store to store to store, basically trick or treating with tea. And I think that would be an amazing. What do you wear in Chicago? I know that that's something that you would definitely join us. If you can get the money and fly out here, I'd be glad to to give you the tour. We trick or teeing exactly. That's that's exactly it. The tea fall crawl. Okay, we'll set something up because I think you and You and the kiddo, definitely, because she needs to get some good. Nicole, welcome. She needs to get some good travel experience. Ralph, welcome. You guys are catching the tail end. But yeah, like I think that would be a great opportunity. Exactly. You know what? The more the merrier. Bring them all, and we'll do like a huge tea crawl. We'll just bombard the place. In fact, if I could get a good amount of people, I'll let some of the stores know ahead of time to expect us. Maybe they'll be able to plan something special. I don't know. We'll see. Yes, extend. Oh man, I am slightly over an hour, but that's great. I prefer hitting the hour mark pretty well, and I still have a couple sips left. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, have them all join the community and tune in every week because I work better when I'm bouncing off people. So yeah, have them come, have them participate, have them chat and learn a lot about tea, and we'll have a good time. I think that's it as far as announcements are concerned. Um, so I'm going to open up the floor. Questions, comments, anything that you want to talk about right now. I have about 2 sips left. So now's the time to hit me up or forever hold your peace. Mm. Ooh, cha. Ooh. All that pepper, man. Like I said, it was starting to sink to the bottom and now it's concentrated. Woo. This is kicking my behind in the best way. Whew. My God, this is some awesome stuff. I am loving this tea. Mm. Ooh, one more sip. Oh man, if you like spice, this is definitely going to make it. Yes, I am red. That's I would say that. I saw that movie years ago, and Red was the pusher, right? Red was the, if I remember correctly, he was the not not what's his name, not what's his name's character. He was I see their faces. It wasn't Seth Rogen. Um, yeah, that's exactly it. Oh man, I forget. Like it's been so many years since I saw that movie, but I know what you're talking about. Whew, okay, last call, last sip. Whew. Whoa. Good stuff, man. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. This was an incredible experience, albeit I'm going to need a fire hose after this. So have a great night, a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all next week, hopefully. I don't have one link to send for this, but I can leave 2 links for the Lapsang Sao Chong and the Chili Lime Green, so that if you want to make it at home, you have the opportunity. All right, so have a great weekend and a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.